This might be hard to hear, but it may explain more than you think. Hey, y'all. My name is Delores. I am a daughter with daddy issues, and I am a daughter of discernment. Both can be true at the same time, but one of them gets to lead. This video is about how you move from being led by your daddy issues to being led by your discernment. How, why, when, and where. So let's walk this out. Sis, when I say daughter with daddy issues, I'm not insulting you. I'm naming a reality. You are a daughter whose relationship with her father shaped how safe you feel, shaped what you tolerate, and shaped what you believe about yourself. There was a time when I thought daddy issues just meant I picked the wrong men. I didn't realize it was a lens on my entire life. A daughter of discernment is different. She is still human, still healing, still learning, but she is no longer on autopilot. She sees patterns sooner. She honors red flags faster. She trusts what her body, and her spirit are trying to tell her. So let's break this down. Why transform from daddy issues to discernment? And here's why. Because if you don't, your father writes your life in his handwriting. Even when he's not in the room, even if he's dead, even if you don't even talk to him anymore. See, unhealed daddy issues, they show up as panic when someone pulls away from you, clinging to people who treat you bad, staying silent to keep the peace, exploding because you've held too much in, distrusting good people, but tolerating the toxic ones. See, we have a tendency to just call this, well, this is my personality. I'm just guarded. I'm just loyal. I'm just picky. But what if it's not just your personality? What if it's pain pretending to be your identity? See, you transform because you are tired of repeating the same story. You are tired of feeling like a little girl in grown woman situations. You are tired of your father's voice being louder than your own. You don't owe your daddy your destiny. You owe yourself your healing. So transform from daddy issues to discernment. Think of it as 3 movements. 1, you tell the truth. 2, you train your discernment. And 3, you test it in real life. So let's start with the first one. Tell the truth. This is the part that most people skip. It's when you stop saying, it wasn't that bad. He did his best. At least he stayed. And you start saying this. This is what I went through. This is what I needed and I didn't get. And this is how it still shows up. Have you ever heard yourself defending your father harder than he ever defended you? That's a sign. You can't become a daughter of discernment while protecting the very lie that broke your discernment. Telling the truth sounds like, he scared me. He ignored me. He manipulated me. He made me doubt my own mind. That is not dishonor. That is data. Number 2, you train your discernment. Discernment is not just vibes. Discernment is trained. A daughter of discernment practices noticing her first instinct instead of talking herself out of it. She asks, what do their patterns say? Instead of, What are their promises? Checking facts and not just feelings. Listening to God and also looking at the fruit. There was a time when I felt something was off, but I stayed anyway. Every time I overrode my discernment, my life paid for it. But training your discernment looks like writing down what you sense about a situation before it blows up. Watching what people do more than what they say. Learning from your past choices without shaming yourself. And then number 3, you test it in real life. Discernment doesn't grow in theory. It grows in decisions. And you test it when you say no where you used to say yes. You leave conversations that twist your words. You slow down when someone tries to rush intimacy. You choose the calm person over the chaotic one. You walk away from titles and positions that require you to betray yourself. Every decision is a rep. Every rep builds your discernment muscles. You won't get it perfect. You'll still miss things. But over time, you miss less. You recover faster. You recognize foolishness sooner. It's transformation. So when does this transformation happen? Not one day. Not when your father changes. Not when the right man shows up. It starts the moment you say, I cannot keep living like this. I cannot keep blaming my father without doing the work. I am ready to see, even if it hurts. And that might be after a breakup that feels like your childhood all over again. After a friendship that explodes and you see your patterns in the ashes. Or after you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, I don't want to be this version of me anymore? That's your win. You don't need a perfect plan to start. You need a clear decision. So where does this happen? Where does this transformation happen? It does not just happen in a therapist's office or at a retreat. It happens in your body when you notice your shoulders tense and you finally listen. In your bedroom, when you journal what you've never said out loud. In your car, when you cry and decide to leave that situation anyway. In quiet moments with God, when you hand him the father wound you've been hiding. In community with daughters who are learning to see clearly too. You transform at family gatherings when you stop playing the same role. At work, when you speak up instead of shrinking. In dating, when you walk away from charm that feels like a trap. Online, when you set boundaries about who gets access to you. A daughter of discernment is not just who you are in church, on camera, or with a man. She is who you are in every room, in every conversation, in every choice. Let me bring this to you clearly. A daughter with daddy issues says, please don't leave me. I'll take whatever you give. If you happy, I'm okay. If I speak up, I'll lose you. But a daughter of discernment says, if my peace leaves, I will too. My value does not depend on your approval. I can love you without lying to myself. If the price of this relationship is my sanity, is too expensive. One lives on reaction. One lets the father wound run the show. The other lets truth, wisdom, and clarity lead. So how do you begin? You start small. Tell the truth about one memory. Set one boundary that scares you. Choose one person who feels safe and be honest with them. You don't have to jump from broken to perfectly discerning. You move from one honest step to the next. I'm still a daughter with daddy issues. That's history, that's impact. But I choose every day to be a daughter of discernment. And you can too. How? By telling the truth and practicing wisdom. Why? Because your life is too valuable to stay on repeat. When? The moment you decide you're done lying to yourself. And where? Everywhere your feet, your mind, and your heart show up. If you stay with me in this journey, we're going to keep turning daughters with daddy issues into daughters who see clearly, choose wisely, and live in peace. So if this starts something in you, sit with it, journal it, talk to one safe person about it. And in the comments, tell me what hit you the most. And share this with one daughter who needs to know she's not crazy. She's discerning. I love you. And remember, you are important to me. I need you to survive. Bye-bye for now. If you're wondering what I'm using, it's all linked for you. These are everyday products I actually reach for. Skincare, beauty, and simple self-care. Nothing extra, nothing complicated. Link in bio.